Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So guys, today, it's kind of late in the day, but we are gonna pull the motor. So I'm just gonna be time-lapsing this whole entire thing because I'm gonna get this motor out as fast as possible and see the problem with my clutch. Sorry guys, didn't notice that the camera died, so you guys didn't see us pull it out, but it took us around like 30 minutes, 30 or 40 minutes to take it out. Here's the motor. Took it out. It's actually not that bad to take out. It's pretty easy this time around, honestly, so it wasn't too bad. I mean, since I already know how to pull it out, so it wasn't too hard this time around. But guys, it's getting pretty late now. Literally had to wait for the camera to charge so I can record it and show you guys. But I'm not gonna be doing anything now, guys. I'm just gonna be leaving the motor here. My issue is with my clutch, so what I will be doing is starting tomorrow. I will start to remove the transmission. Pretty sure the pressure plate is loose or something. So we'll have to check out tomorrow.
The next day.
Today guys, we are finally gonna start removing the transmission, but we're gonna start off with my front motor mount. As you can see what I did there, kind of modded it a little bit. It used to be really high up, but that kind of gets away with the slave cylinder, so I didn't really like it, and it doesn't look as clean. And if you guys remember from my first video I showed you guys, I only have one bolt holding it in because the holes are not even lined up, because I think this is for the Honda Accord. This bracket is for the Honda Accord, so I know the holes are lined up, so I gotta do my own custom hole. So what I'm gonna end up doing is so I customized this, shorten it a little bit. So I'm gonna start. You guys see that I kind of grind it off for bare metal. So I'm gonna weld the sides, and then this little front portion right there. You guys can see, and I'm gonna weld this little front portion right here, right under here, to keep it intact. Because I don't mind having this bracket being a legit part of the subframe. So, yep. So let's go ahead, start welding this in. Before you guys weld anything in the engine bay, make sure you guys really clean it off first. Like, I had to go in and clean a lot because there's oil and grease and everywhere. You don't want to catch on fire or anything like that. So I had to go really clean up. But hopefully this is good enough clean. So I will have a towel to cover. I will have like a towel to cover up my radiator, because I don't want it to. I don't want the sparks to get in here or anything like that. Or especially my cooling hole. See, like that cooling hole is open. So I wrapped it. I closed it off with a Ziploc bag and a zip tie. But guys, without further ado, let's move in and start welding this thing down. Alright guys, you can see it's on there good. My welds are pretty ugly, but it will hold. Yeah, it's pretty. I'm not the best at welding, but I know it's on there good. It's on the matters. I will leave that bolt on there just for backup. So, cause I mean, like, my welding the best, but it's good enough to hold it still. Like, this ain't gonna move anywhere. Shit, that's still hot too, so should be good to go, guys. I will be spray painting it black because this is raw metal. So, and I want to spray paint it black so it doesn't rust. Because you don't want the welds to rust, because it rusts, it gets weakened, and next thing you know it's gonna snap. So I will weld that, or I will paint that soon. But for now, I'm gonna let that cool down first before I start painting. But in the meantime, guys, we're gonna start removing the transmission. So let's go ahead, start moving now. Everything seems good. Little bit of heat there, here and there, but it seems fine. What I did is I took the bolt out and retorque it. I took the bolt out, put medium thread locker in it for insurance. So I did put thread locker on the flywheel, but turns out I didn't put it on the pressure plate itself. So I retorqued these to 76 foot-pounds, but the flywheel the pressure plate didn't have any thread locker, but it didn't seem loose either, so I don't really know. But then when I was looking at the throttle bearing, it was really tight on. I mean, I did notice that the first time I installed it, but I thought it would be fine. But I think this might be the issue. What might be the issue also? So what I did was I went and kind of pushed these ends part out so that it's not so tight on the fork. So now it's like it slides in, but it's not too tight either, which is good. So that might just be the issue. So for now, this might be the issue. But also, guys, put grease in here. I only put a little bit of grease. Probably need a little bit more grease, but make sure you guys put grease in there when you guys install it. Yeah, that's that. I'm not gonna put the clutch back in because I gotta wait for my clutch for my clutch alignment tool. My old one, I forgot where I put it. I think my dad probably tossed it out because it's just a little plastic piece that you just put in here, and then it just aligns the clutch for you. But I think my dad tossed it out or something because I can't find it anywhere. I wait for a new one to come in tomorrow, hopefully, and then I could install this. But guys, I gotta wait for the next day for the clutch alignment tool to come in. So let's go to the next day right now.
The next day.
Alright guys, next day, but guess what? I came home from work and I was in a rush to get it done. I was trying to put in the transmission into the motor, so we're done with that. My bad, guys. I'll just, I want to get it done quick as possible, but I'm done with it. I put throttle locker and everything. I make sure my throttle bearing is all good to go. Everything's all good. Now it's just for us to, start doing some stuff in here. I planning to do an ABS delete. So this is my ABS. Planning to do an ABS delete. It's just big in the way, so I want to get that out of the way. And then I want to put in my new fuel rail, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to put my new fuel rail in with the OEM hose. So with that being said, for now I have to try to see what I can do at the moment before I put a motor in, because right now is the best time for everything. Alright guys, so right now it's getting pretty late. Sorry, I had to go eat. I'm pretty hungry, so I want to go eat. but now it's pretty late. Earlier, like I said, the transmission's on. But guys, I really want to get my fuel done, my fuel rail done. So I want to get that done. I want to put my new one in and put my new fuel regulator and everything in. And also I want to change out my fuel lines and everything before I do anything. So guys, I'm going to have to figure out how the lines is kind of work with the fuel pump and everything like that. Because I don't know if I'm able to like run exactly just the custom braided lines or something like that. Because the thing has quick connectors. So I might have to do something about that. I'm just fingers crossed that I fix my clutch issue, because I don't really know what's going on with the clutch. For now, I'll just have to try it again. Probably I just messed up somewhere, so this time hopefully it works correctly.
The next day.
You guys can see I got gray hair, guys. I'm getting old. I'm stressing out. No, I was joking. This is from I just got done with my job, so I'm a painter. So all that, you know, overspray got my hair. We are doing the fuel rail. We're not doing the fuel lines because I need to get my car done for this weekend, because there's an event happening, so I want to get my car done for that. So what I'm gonna be doing is I'm doing an alternative route. So I'm gonna be running I'm still gonna be running my hard lines, my old fuel filter, unfortunately. Yep, and then I'm gonna be running the new my new fuel rail though. So you guys see this. This is my old fuel hose from a fuel filter to the fuel rail. So what I'm gonna be doing is, for that, because for my new fuel rail, I need to use like aftermarket, some custom fuel lines. So to run that, I need to run one of these AN fittings. So this is an AN fitting, and this I'm so lucky that the fuel filter that I bought has the same threads and whatnot as my OEM ones. So this fits perfectly in there, and then it goes to my 6 AN fitting over here. So let's start by screwing this on first. So let's go, guys. It suggests that I use the washers, or like I'm probably gonna need to run the washer in here, because there's like a little. I'm probably gonna need to run the washer in here still, because there's like a little indent for the washer. So if I don't run that, it's not gonna be like correctly. I don't know. Well, I don't know the word. But guys, here we go. You gotta screw it all the way in. All the way in. So it's under. So with the Teflon, we all good to go. Or not really. We gotta tighten it. So for it, I'm probably not gonna tighten it. So for that, I'm probably not gonna tighten it too much, because I don't want to mess any of my threads up. Alright guys, so this is how long it's gonna be. So make sure you guys tape it off like this, and then so you guys can mark it too. By taping it off, so you guys so you guys don't have like split ends or whatever at the end from the braids. So we're gonna cut off like this, just a straight cut. So let's go get it cut. Alright guys, just like that, it is cut. We are good to go. So what I will be doing is I'm gonna use this for the feed line. I'm gonna use this for the feed line because so the regulator is gonna be sitting here, and the regulator is sitting here, and the regulator is technically just the return line. And then I'm gonna close up these holes, so these extra holes and whatnot. So these extra holes are just for like extra fuel lines that are gonna be running. But I'm pretty sure I'm not gonna be running any other lines other than just this and the regulator. I'm gonna be using this hole because this hole is closer to the fuel pump, so I'm gonna be using this hole. So to do that, I'm gonna have to run a 90 fitting, a 90 degrees AN fitting, and then from the fuel filter to the fuel line, I'm gonna be running just a straight. So with that being said, let's peel off the tape and then insert the fittings. Alright guys, so you guys see, so you guys will need this little end piece. This will slip in here like that. And get yourself a little flathead because you see all these little loose ends. This is from when I peel off the tape, so I kind of pulled on it. You guys look deep inside there. You guys see there's like a little stop. Yeah, you guys see right there. It's like a little stop. So you gotta push it all the way till you can't push it in anymore. So the best way to do this is keep twisting, and then make sure you guys kind of like you use a really thin flathead, and so you guys can actually push in the little loose ends. So if you guys see, if you guys don't know if it's in all the way, you guys just kind of lean it toward the sun. You guys can see, yeah, you see how the rubber is right there now, or the actual hose it's in there now. So now we are good to go. Grab this tool, grab this end. It helps you put a little bit of lube on the end right here, just like a little bit of lube or something, so you can actually slip it in. But at the same time, you don't want lube to get inside your, your fuel system. So I'm just gonna force it in there. I mean, even if you guys are screwing this in, it will get tied up anyway. So if anything, you guys should be good to go. But just try your guys' best. I think it's best if you guys just clamp it too. You guys just clamp it so that it doesn't move, and then you guys can grab, something to kind of hold it. And then guys, just slowly twist it in. So usually for this part, you don't need Teflon. The only time you need Teflon is when you actually use those little fittings that I told you guys about, that we use for the fuel filter. So that's really the only time you guys need the Teflon. But other than that, for these, you really don't need it because this, it tightens up, so you don't need a Teflon. So this should tighten up and they create a good seal. But we'll have, so just keep doing it until it's flush. Alright guys, and just like that the fitting's in. You guys really want it nice and neat. Just be very careful because this first little nut part is really tiny, is really thin, so you're gonna end up scraping while you're twisting. But this is it. Now to this other end, and guys, just like that, my new little fuel line is all set to go. I think I like about this one is I can twist it any way I like, which is super convenient. But without further ado, let's go and start installing my new fuel rail, and then after that we can install this once the motor is actually in the car. Alright guys, so you see this. So the AM fuel rail will come with some additional bolts like that to plug up these holes. The AM came with this. So it came with this one so that you're still able to run your OEM fuel hose. So I forgot about this and I thought it wasn't in there, so I made this extra line. But either way, I was gonna run something like this anyways, so I didn't really care. But guys, for this, you guys still want to run the OEM fuel lines in the OEM fuel hose. Just run this on the fuel rail and you should be all good to go. Now install your regulator. The regulator will have a little O-ring that you gotta put on, so make sure you have that O-ring on. Put on the bolts and little washers, and then you can run, for this you can run a custom line. For this you can run a custom line, like how you'd be running over here, same fitting. So you guys want, it does have this, so it's an add-on piece that you guys can run, so you guys can run the OEM hose. So I won't be running that because I'm not taking out the hard lines yet. So I will be running this. So this one will have a washer. So you have a washer on like this, and then you have another washer. So you have another washer. So you're supposed to sandwich the washer like this. And then you just install it on here, like so. And just like that, the regulator is going to be sitting on like this. And then guys, for this piece, you will need Teflon for both ends. So let's put Teflon on both ends. So you don't have to put too much on, guys. Just enough. So like, there we go, just like that. And we are all good to go. So Teflon on this side and Teflon on that side. And now we're good, ready to thread it on. Alright guys, so when putting this on, just make sure you guys have it on tight. You don't need to over torque it or anything like that. So just kind of, see like right there, that's really good already. You guys won't need to like over tighten it. But just like that guys, the fill rail is all set to go. For the back here, there will be a hole. You guys will, this hardware right here will be included with the fill rail. So you just put that in there because you're not going to be using that hole. I mean, unless you want to be using it. But other than that, this is it. This is how the fill rail is going to be set up. So for now, we can just put this aside, and now we can start removing the fill rail. I'm pretty sure most of you guys know how to remove the fill rail already. So I'm gonna go ahead, just remove it. All right, guys, see this? It broke. So I had to use the old one now, which sucks. So what happened was, here we go, look at here. So I was putting it in and I was tightening it. I forgot to get a wrench and hold the bottom piece. So when I was doing it, I've got to look, and the bottom piece was spinning with it, and then next thing you know, snap. That fucking sucks. So now I can't even run this nice braided line that I just made. So this probably got used for, so this is probably gonna be used for the future or something. But I gotta get a new one of this. But guys, I have the fill rail put in. The new AM fuel rail with the adapters, the OBD2 to OBD1 adapters with injectors in there, my 550cc injectors. Pretty excited to get this thing done. And yeah, I gotta go to this now just to be able to run it. So it's whatever. It is what it is, guys. So I'm basically done now. So I'm gonna start putting the motor back in here. Because there's nothing left on the motor that I need. So I'm going to start putting the motor back together. I'm going to put the ATS back in, put my battery terminals back in, and then my AGTS cooler lines. And then other than that, the motor should be all set, guys.